Hello, welcome to Tarot Tuesday. This is a two for Tuesday. So if you're here watching this, I also have Tarot After Dark tonight. Just to switch it up for this week, I have something that I have to do. So Lady Divine, I saw your little hearts earlier. Hope you're still hanging out with me. Jackie, hello. Good to see you here. I'm going to start today with an angel card, my daily guidance from the angels. Let your past go. Let me read it. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary, dear one. It's time to set this burden down, keep only the lessons and the love, and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and it's now gone. So if you needed to hear this message, this one is for you. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate that. And I think this is kind of an ongoing thing. We need to remember that it's not a set and forget thing. In our lives, we have to be willing to see what we need to let go of and be willing to do it in a way that honors us. Only we can do that for us. And the reason I wanted to pull an angel card is because I've really been leaning a lot more into connecting with my angels and my guides and speaking to them. Even if we don't know who they are, or if it's even working, like we do it more for ourselves. That's the whole point. It's not what happens outside of ourselves after. It's how it makes us feel. And by being able to release sometimes some of the deep, dark things that we can't really explain or understand on this level of just inwardly, we can send it to our guides, send it off to the ethers. We don't need to try and articulate it and write it down and try and put it into words and explain it. All we need to do is feel it, because sometimes these feelings can't really be deciphered into something that can be said in human words. We need to just trust and feel it, and then be willing to just release it and let that be symbolic. Or maybe it's going to the beach or somewhere where there's water, pick up a rock or something that from nature, put as if you're putting all of the energy that you want to release into that, and then toss it into the water with gratitude and thanks, and knowing that the earth is such a healing thing that it's allowing for us to release to it. When I first learned that concept, I would be like, yeah, but then I'm giving it to the earth and then the earth takes it. Well, the earth creates fertilizer from a lot of stuff. It transforms, transmutes things. So that's one of the things that the earth is really good at. That's one of the superpowers that the earth has, is transforming things into something else. So when you release something, it's not like it's just sitting there for someone else to trip over and pick up and go, oh, I wonder what this is. Ugh, now you have it. It's not like that. It instantly transforms. The moment you release it from you, it transforms into a different type of energy. And that's the key that you need to remember when you're releasing something, is know that as soon as you do, it's gone. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just pull some cards here and just see what resonates. I also want to say that a week from today is the Chinese New Year's, the Lunar New Year, as we shift officially into the year of the fire horse. So there'll be a special Tarot Tuesday. So I hope you can join me for that. If you know your Chinese zodiac sign, I will be going through all of those. I'm working on some videos as well to do like a forecast for each of the zodiac signs of the Chinese zodiac. So definitely want to hang around with that. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out when that content comes out. And make sure you take a second to hit the thumbs up and like this video. We're live right now. We're live streaming maybe you get the opportunity to get a card pulled for yourself too. But if you hit that thumbs up button, you're telling YouTube, oh, I'm liking what this is. Share it far and wide with other people. I would really, really love that. Yes, this little introvert would really love that. So as I was shuffling, a card came flipping out, and we have the Palace of Swords. This is an extra card in this Tarot of Dreams deck. And the Palace of Swords, to me, really feels like it's embodying that air energy. It's trusting that you have what it takes to believe, to communicate, to create whatever it is you want. So from your lips to divine's ear, this is something that you can put out there. And remember, the saying, like Mike Dooley says, our thoughts become things, and it's true. But what we start with first is our beliefs. Our beliefs shape our thoughts. Sometimes it kind of works like our thoughts shape our beliefs, but most of the time it's what we believe, what we value, what we put energy into. So you can go around saying, yeah, I value freedom, I value family. But at the end of the day, if you're not really doing things to prioritize those things, are they really your values? And I'm not saying that as a judgment. I'm saying it more as if you need to reassess your values. It's okay. It's okay. I remember doing that for myself, and it's like, it's hard. You get a whole list of values, and you can Google that kind of thing, the different values. And it's like, my God, that one and that one, but you've got to prioritize. And I think that's where a lot of times we get in our own heads about stuff, right? Thank you, Eddie Elliott. Elliott, I love that. That's my dog's name. I mean, I take that as a compliment. He's a good little puppy. So this really is speaking of aligning with what you want in your home, in your body. Our home ultimately is our body, is our physical surroundings, are the things that we manifest into the real world. Now, I want to look this card up because it's not typical tarot. So let's see what the author had to say about it. I'm trying to find it here. Palace of Swords. This card shows an environment that promotes clear thinking in the cold, crisp air. It's saying, I just want to kind of ad lib here. It's saying the structures rising above is obscuring the mists that usually cloud our thinking and are built as observation decks. The purpose of efficient perception rather than luxurious living. I mean, ultimately, luxurious living is feeling into how we enjoy our physical world, right? It could be that one luxurious item that you have. Maybe you have this, I don't know, this bar of soap that you really love the scent of, or I can't think of anything at the moment. I'm not always good with examples. So I'm tapped into the collective, and there's probably just so many of them out there, right? So I'm popping that one back in the deck. Maybe I should have left it out, but it's in the deck now. We're going to go with it. And let's see what else we have to be aware of on this beautiful Tuesday. What time is it in your area of the world? We are 11:09 a.m. Pacific time. Where are you all from? More swords. Okay, we've got the Seven of Swords. This can kind of come across as sneaky energy, right? We've got the moon, so this resonates with the moon. It's also with the sign of Aquarius. So it is, again, an air sign. And it's 2:09 there. Cool. 7:09 p.m. Awesome. Wow. So we got peeps around the world. I love it. Thank you for letting me know. So when this comes up for you, and shout out to any of my tarot card enthusiasts and other tarot readers, this often is seen as sneaky energy of being aware of what other people are doing. Now in this one here, usually in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the person is holding the swords by almost near their tips. So he either doesn't know how to handle the swords, or he's not wanting to use them. He's just trying to remove them from where they are. So I think this card often gets misunderstood, that maybe he wants to get rid of these thoughts and these beliefs. It's kind of the theme of what I've been talking about so far. And you need to clean house. So if we took that, I shoved it back in the deck, but if we took that Palace of Swords, this could be the person who's in there wanting to clear up all that mental clutter that we're dealing with. All of those things we thought we believed, all those things we were conditioned to believe. And hey, it's not blaming other people. It's just focusing on yourself. Yes, that I went through a lot of conditioning when I was in my last relationship. And, you know, I'm just using some examples here. Or when I had to work for this particular boss, this is how I had to do things. And I kind of resented. This can be the card of resentment as well for someone who might not be willing to show what his or her beliefs are, to stand up for them, having to be a little more under cover of the night and not be more willing to speak up. So I don't know how that might show up or resonate with anyone here, but clearly messages, if you resonate with that message, it's meant for you. Let's see what else comes up here. Oh, it's 11:11 here now. Love that number. Here, more palaces. This is the Palace of Wands. This is fire energy. And what I'm picking up from this, and I will grab the book in a second, but what I'm picking up is that we need to take the action and do the work that is going to help us have our surroundings and the place that we want as close to what we want as possible. We have to be willing to do what it takes. We have to take the energy to take the garbage out, do the dusting, do the vacuuming. I don't like all those things. If you can afford someone else to do it, you're giving someone else a job, which would be great. You know, who knows? I always said it wouldn't be so much I would want to hire a cleaner. I would probably want to hire a private chef, and that they clean up everything too. So let's look this one up. Palace of Wands. So this card shows a warm environment that encourages creative inspiration and the launching of plans and projects. The structure is lit from within with the fires of the heart. Symbolizes forward momentum and focus. I kind of skip around. I don't read the whole thing. So that, along with what I was saying too, this is going to give you, and my intuitive message that's channeling is that clearing some of the space within your own home is going to energize you and give you the extra incentive and inspiration to move forward. But to me, Wands is all about action. Okay. Swords is about the thoughts, the beliefs, the things that can set you forward or, you know, be an obstacle in your own way. So putting that back in the deck. Let's pull another one. So this is kind of a forecast of what the energy is or what you're aware of that's been going on. General collective readings, they're just kind of all over the map. We have the, hey, Lady Divine. Yes, all is well. Good to see you. So we have the Three of Cups. And this is a beautiful card that incorporates enjoying spending time doing things that you love. And it's interesting. So we have Mercury energy, and this also relates to the sign of Pisces. So we're almost in Pisces season. Let's not rush it, right? And it really feels like when you can hang around people who you're able to enjoy your time with. You know, I see the masks here. I see them as having fun. You know, sometimes when we're we're at a masquerade ball, or we put masks on to play, we kind of become that persona. And it gives us a way of just showing up and having a good time, maybe doing something we wouldn't quite normally do, because our identity isn't as big a deal as what we end up doing and how we end up showing up and becoming. Who do you want to be? If no one knew who you were, how would you show up? Hopefully it'd be something positive. You know, like all this social media where people are kind of faceless and they're all like nitpicky. And how would we show up in a different way? To me, and what I'm picking up intuitively here too, this is that pay it forward. You're in the drive-through line up at Starbucks or whatever. You hear about this all the time, and then you pay for the person's order behind you, and you just take off. You don't need to know how they reacted or responded. The whole point is to do this random act of kindness. That's what I pick up from that. Hey, if you do tarot and you're like 3 of Cups doesn't mean that, hang around with me, because I don't just do what the cards mean from a memorized point of view. It's all about what you pick up in the moment. And it also depends on what the message is and that sort of thing. So let's keep pulling cards here. Top card. We got the Knight of Cups. More cups. And we went from swords, a little bit of wands, to just change the trajectory of the readings here. And now we're into the Knight of Cups, which really embodies the energy of water. And the Knights, it could be a persona, it could be a situation that is prominent. And what I'm picking up here is this is representing you. How are you showing up for yourself? Maybe it's seeing how you showed up in the past and forgiving and forgetting, and for allowing you to just, it's gone now. Don't worry so much about putting an emotional energy into the woulda, shoulda, coulda, why did that happen of your life. They're gone now. The past is gone. We relive it by remembering it. It's great for the things we want to remember and the memories we have that we want to, still feel good about. But if there's things that are bogging us down with sluggish energy, it's because maybe we're holding on to things that we need to let go of. So this Knight of Cups is self-love. To me, February is all about self-love. And I think it's just showing you that when you show up for yourself in a way that just focuses on releasing anything that feels heavy and focus on what feels light, how you can boost your own energy, go buy yourself a bunch of flowers or a box of chocolates you wouldn't normally buy yourself. And it's not about binge eating. It's about, being discerning of, oh, this feels special to me. And I think that's the key, is you've got to trust and allow yourself to feel special. Not because someone else or some thing from the outside reflects back on you and you feel better. But it's about what can you do to feel better? Like I was saying, doing that pay it forward in the grocery lineup, you pay for the person's stuff behind you. You're doing it not for the reaction or the response from the other person. You're doing it for yourself. And if you can't do that, obviously, we can't all be doing that sort of thing. It's what can you do for yourself just because you want to do it for yourself, for no other reason, right? It's like getting dressed up and putting a bunch of makeup on. You got nowhere to go, but you do it because you feel good doing it. You feel good for yourself. That's the key. We got the Palace of Wands again. So this is why I like putting cards back in the deck, because they show up and it's saying, I mean what I say. This is a reminder. This is a heads up. So this Palace of Wands is reminding us that we have what it takes to feel inspired. No one else can actually inspire us. Even if we think there's a muse out there and it's like, yeah, that person really motivates me to do my thing. It's you allowing yourself to feel motivated. Start turning that back to yourself and give yourself some friggin' credit already. I'm going to pull from my teeny tiny tarot deck as a clarifier for this since it came up again. Let's see what comes. That one flipped all the way over. So we've got the King of Pentacles. So this is the epitome of doing what you enjoy and feeling inspired and building the space around you. I see the palace as your space. Even if you only have a little corner in a room that you can call your own. Don't limit yourself to, oh, I don't have a house, or I don't have a palace, or I don't even have a room. I got to share it. I have a bed I have to share with other people, whatever. You can call one tiny little piece of the material world as yours and start treating it as the palace. Start treating it as that space where you can really feel fully in your own power. And this King of Pentacles is totally feeling comfortable and confident with the things that he has done, things he's accumulated up to this point. And he's sitting here enjoying it. You've got to stop and rest and look around your space and enjoy for a little while. Because if we just keep doing something, check it off the list and move on, we're not really honoring the energy we've put into it, our intellect, our planning, the actual actions we take, how it created in our physical world. All these elements are all the suits of the tarot cards. So having that ability to sit and enjoy what you've created, looking around, surveying your domain, even if it's just the closet, it's enjoying it, taking that time for yourself. Popping that back in the deck. Going to put that back in the deck too. If it comes up a third time, well, we'll just see how that goes. Just going to take a slurp of water. All right. Okay, what else do we need to know today? Or tonight for some of us. Ooh. Okay. More swords. So we've got the 10 of Swords. Something is over and done with. Now, I think that's the Gemini symbol. It looks a little differently than I'm used to. So we've got the energy of the sun and in Gemini, which is really interesting because I wouldn't have put those two together. This, to me, the sun is illuminating whatever is causing you to feel like you're emotionally stuck or focused on the negative things or worried about what's ending or worrying that you want it to end, but you're not sure how it's going to show up. And to me, Gemini is like, it could be two sides of the same coin. It could be positive. It could be negative. It could be light. It could be dark. It could be happy. It could be sad. Like what do you choose? You make that the reality. If you see something that you have no choice and it's ending, you can choose to prolong the agony of it by resisting it, by doubting it, by denying it. Or you can say, reality, yeah, that happened. This is going down and I really don't like it, but it's going down. How can I shift my thoughts, my beliefs, and my energies in a way that helps me focus on the next step, the next chapter, the next phase? Because something's dead, done, and over with. So there's no point in trying to revive it. You can't come back from whatever this is. And it might not be something super major, but things happen. It's like when we get a flat tire. Sometimes we can patch that tire and keep going. Other times it's like, nope, that sliced right through. There's no way. You got to replace the tire. So see, it's not a dire thing, right? There's another card that fell too. We got the Emperor. This is Aries energy. I don't know the Hebrew symbol and what that means, so I'm just going to leave that aside. But Emperor is the energy of trusting that the rules and the things that you put into place, you either have to, what's the word I'm looking for? Nothing's coming to me. You have to either, and I'll just kind of, I don't know, put your foot down and say, yes, this is the way it's going to be. Or because you made those rules for yourself, for whoever, you can say, okay, well, we can bend those a little bit, or maybe that wasn't quite the way to do it. The thing is, you govern the energy of whatever it is that's coming up in this reading. It's not even a reading. It's just pulling random cards. So I feel like I need a clarifier for that. I love seeing all the gold in the image, though. And I don't know if they're towers or anything here, but I see them as wands, and I see him holding wands. So that really has that wands energy to it, which is, how's your energy? Are you inspired? Are you doing things creatively that help your energy stay aligned? Page of Pentacles that I'm pulling along with that one. So this is maybe feeling a little new at something, maybe not really sure, but being willing to try something out. Be willing to do something that's going to lead you forward in a way that you can kind of double down on. So something, it might be financially, it might be with your work. It just might be something in your material world. I talked earlier about, clearing clutter and stuff like that. Maybe you're going to find some coins in the couch. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? All right. If someone wants a reading, let me know in the comments. I will pull some cards for you. Someday there's just going to be loads of you here that I'll have to choose specific people. But for now, I've got the wonderful people who show up on a regular basis, and I so appreciate you. And later, if you're watching this as a replay, you can still comment. Let me know if any of these resonated. So I'll pull one more here as I'm waiting for comments to come in. This one came up again. Knight of Cups. Someone clearly needed to hear more about this. And what I'm picking up is this might be a message for someone who I'm hearing go for it. There's someone that you want to connect with. And maybe your past is holding you back and it's making you hesitate. But I feel that this is telling you to go for it. Put your heart out there. You're not going to make any connections if you're not willing to meet the universe halfway and put your energy out there. I'm going to pull a clarifier. Tons of cards. There's 78 cards in a tarot deck, and we've had 3 repeaters already. So let's pull a tiny tarot to clarify that one. 3 of Wands. Yes. So this might just be for one person to hear it. You've been wanting to reach out to someone to text them or to say hi to them or finally introduce yourself or take something to the next level. This 3 of Wands is showing you that, you've been kind of in your mind, you've been planning, you've been dreaming about it. You've been standing up on the shore, imagining yourself down there amongst the boats, but you're still hesitating. So this message is to say, don't just hesitate, move forward. Take that one tiny step forward. You're not going to know unless you put the action into play. That's what I get from that. All right. Nobody wants a reading? Okay. Well, I'm going to pull one more card and then that'll be it. And if you're around, Jackie, if you're still around, it's probably going to be really too late for Tarot After Dark. So that's happening tonight at 6 p.m. my time. So a few hours from now. Last card. Okay. 4 of Cups. If you've been feeling a little hesitant or a little bored, focused on maybe the thoughts and the beliefs, not the thoughts and the beliefs, the feelings that make you go a little deeper into feeling bad or feeling a little depressed. This is, to me, this is saying it's okay. It's okay. If you're aware of it, that's great. Now it's time to see the gifts that the universe is giving you. Where can you lighten your emotional energy? Maybe it's lighting a candle. Maybe it's going for a little walk. Maybe it's smiling at someone as you're passing them on the street, even if they don't smile back. Don't worry about reciprocation. This is about you putting things out, putting your emotional energy out there. I feel like it's been held in and stuck for too long, that you almost are only willing to put the energy out if you get a response back. But I've been there, but sometimes it's just the practice of putting your energy out there. Don't expect anything. If you don't expect anything in return, then you're not disappointed. And I know that takes practice, especially, you say hi to someone. An introvert's worst nightmare. Well, one of them is when you see someone and you say hi and you wave and they don't respond back. Oh my gosh. I personally find it so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. Got to release that. So when you do something, when you've planned ahead to take an action to do something, do it for the mere thought of releasing that energy, of allowing it out, not expecting anything in return. And then if you don't get a response, no harm, no foul. If you do, those are bonuses. We all love bonuses, right? And speaking of bonuses, I'm going to pull another angel card to bookend this. I started with an angel card. We're going to end with an angel card. Cupid. Oh, well, that's pretty good. Let me read it. We send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all its glorious aspects. Perfect for this month of February. I really believe this is, you love yourself first. You're setting the bar at a certain height. So when you love yourself and you accept all of what you have, then it's broadcasted out energetically to help find the right person who's meant to match with you. All right. So I don't know if you know or not, but I do have a shop now, and I got this shirt. It was too hot to wear. I started getting too hot flashy, but I have this. I'm shifting things around because I figure people don't want to walk around with just a logo of my channel. So I'm getting some swag out there that says Everyday Introvert with my little Tarot Pup cartoon, because that way you can kind of advertise that you're an introvert without even needing to say anything. So check out my shop. There's stickers, there's mugs. My mug hasn't arrived yet, so I've been getting a few things of swag. So yeah, it'd be really cool to see you in one of my swag items. So that's it for now. I'm going to go do some other things, and maybe we'll see you back here, hopefully, for tonight's special Tarot After Dark, because I won't be here on Thursday. So thanks so much for being here. Take care and enjoy. Peace.